Hello, hello, hello everyone, and welcome back to Honkai Star Rail. So I ended up doing, this whole event off camera, because, I was running out of time to get it done, and my streams have been very busy with, Fontaine recently. But yeah, so I did that off camera, so now I have some polls. Kafka's banner goes away very soon, so this is basically a last-ditch attempt to get her. Ooh, Serval. Who's this? Huh. I don't think I know who these are. I think one of them might be Jingliu? Huh. Or maybe those are characters that we haven't met yet. I don't know. Alright, we got a couple of standard warps. Let's see what we got here. And then we'll get on with the video. Once we get through all of these. I'm going to guess it's a whole lot of nothing though. Anything interesting? Anything at all? Four-star. What do we got? Another March Eidolon. Oh god, what is that? I feel like I've gotten a lot of her. Oh yeah, that's E4. Oh, it adds one more counterattack. And adds defense scaling to it. Nice. Oh, and Serval. That's right. I did also get a Serval Eidolon. E3. Skill level up. Basic attack level up. Alright. Anyways, what are we going to do today? The only quests I have here, or missions rather, are adventure missions. But I have this text here from Arlen that I feel like might open up his companion mission. So, because I haven't done that, right? I don't think I have. Yeah. Alright, so, thanks for your help in uncovering the conspirator. I would like to thank you on behalf of Asta. Leave the rest to me. Herta didn't punish Asta, did she? You really don't understand Madame Herta, do you? She couldn't care less about trivial matters like this. This space station may be Madame Herta's property, but she didn't pay a single credit for its construction. Miss Asta's family has ties to the IPC, so saying she is wealthy would be an understatement. Most of the facilities in the space station were essentially funded by her, so the cost of those things she purchased was practically nothing for her, really. Have you decided what to do with Richard? I don't think you want to know the details. Oh boy. In any case, I have to thank you for helping Miss Asta with this incident. Whoa, the Herta Club. An update on the rumor circulating in a certain anonymous chat group regarding the space station's lead researcher. #latest update. The rumor in circulation is false and untrue. Equipment purchase records and statement information have been properly disclosed to the relevant department in the IPC. The full reports of the investigation have been posted on the space station's personnel internal data center. With help offered by a certain volunteer, the said rumor has been determined to be false. The Space Station Security Center has dealt with the perpetrator of this false accusation in accordance with the regulations. Furthermore, we would also like to urge all employees to remain alert to any unverified rumors and refrain from spreading them, so that we can together build a positive social environment within the space station. Note: the procured little robot has been placed in the communal area. Please feel free to check it out. What did I say? You tried to maliciously defame a little girl, and now you're not even going to apologize? Humanity regresses by the day. Like something out of a horror story, Richard Know-It-All is nowhere to be found in the space station anymore. Are you from the security department's monitoring room? You seem to have a lot of free time. At mrobot, lol. It's just plain funny to have someone like you lecture us when all you do is ride your moral high horse and hide behind anonymity. If you're so good at being a keyboard warrior, why don't you show us your staff card? Come on, let's take this offline. You're so Philistine, such an ignoramus. Mrobot left the group chat. I see right through you, whoever you are. Licenseless space driving was kicked from group. Everyone, while chatting here, please mind your manners and watch your words. Don't offend people, don't make bad jokes, and don't provoke others. And also, don't stick your nose into other people's sensitive issues and don't try to get to the bottom of them. When chatting here, everyone must take extra effort to hurt people, make bad jokes, and provoke others. We must dig deeply into other people's sensitive issues to find out the truth. We need to learn to be tolerant and considerate while communicating. If there's a difference in opinion, don't fight over it and don't act on impulse. We need to learn to be ruthless and relentless while communicating. If there's a difference in opinion, never do what your gut tells you. Never back off or back down, and never admit defeat. Blocked. Viridian Malva not left the group. ... Purple Shirley left the group. Looking at the chat history, all I see is just people fighting. Honestly, I'm not interested. Agreed, I'm leaving as well. Yeah, I'm leaving too. I can't take this. You guys, forget it. I'm getting too old for this. I'm out. People Breaker, Ginger Spotted Dove, Private Dating Chat, Hair Maestro, and 66 others left the group chat. Whoa, I had no idea there were so many people in this group chat. I remember you. You added me to the group. Yep, come to think of it, I haven't formally thanked you for your help. You planned all this? Was all this part of your plan? You give me too much credit. I just needed the help of the space station's big hero to settle some stuff that I couldn't attend to myself. Who are you? I think you know. Madame Herta's Herta Club has been disbanded by the owner. Okay, so that did not start a companion mission. Okay. Well, let me answer this also. Let's see if that gives me a mission. I am the president of the Hexanexus Secret Society. We are called the Hex Club. Have you heard of the Hexanexus? I have posed this question to countless people. Those I asked eventually began to learn about it, were saved by it, were moved by it, and became inspired by it. There are innumerable masterpieces in the Artisanship Commission, but never had there been a piece de resistance. I don't think that's how you say that. That symbolizes the artistry and workmanship of craftsmen until the Hexanexus disrupted the status quo. To us, the Hexanexus represents the heart and soul of craft masters and the original intent of creation. Only with such a soul can one begin their first step on the road to mastery. We who still walk the road will inevitably experience joy and sorrow, but as long as the Hexanexus exists, we can look at the future with hope and smiles. Our society's goal is to spread unforeseen joy and passion to all the people in the world through the Hexanexus, to fill life with curiosity and euphoria. With utmost respect, the Hex Club. Cancel. Cancel subscription. There is no such function. We noticed you have engaged with our Hexanexus devices multiple times and had taken the treasure from the chests. That is our treasure chest. Did it have your name on it? You say that's your treasure chest. Have you any proof? I knew someone will try and lie their way out of it. We wrote our names on there. You didn't read it properly, did ya? You know, we can report you to the Realm Keeping Commission. However, our Hex Club is a reasonable organization. I promise you, so long as you continue to play with our Hexanexus devices, we won't make a report. Also, if you complete all Hexanexus puzzles, we will present you with a lifetime member to the Secret Society. Is the chest still up for grabs? I can continue to solve the Hexanexus, but will I be able to continue taking the treasures? Of course. That's part of the publicity budget. But here's a warning. If you want out, you'll have to reimburse in double. For as long as you continue to solve the Hexanexus, you will be our sister from another mother. Hexanexus forever. Keep playing with the Hexanexus. We'll be in touch. Okay, so that didn't start anything either. So we have now wasted 12 minutes. Okay, ooh, got a lot of missions over on the Herta Space Station. Let's, go do some. Slowly work our way through the mission log. Ask what Wenmingda is troubling over. Hello, sir. What are you troubled over? 3 out of the 4 curios are missing. When will we... If it isn't the infamous Beto, surely you are here to volunteer in the Curio Collection Squad, inspired by the Declaration of Revival. So you must be Wenmingda. I have heard good things about you. Please excuse me for this informal reception. Please allow me to introduce myself again. I am Wenmingda, head of the Herta Department of Implement Arts. I am also the Curio Collection Squad leader, in charge of establishing safe areas in the base zone. Allow me to be frank, I am currently troubled by the lack of human resources available for the Curio Collection Squad. There are 4 zones in the space station. With our current capacity, we can only take care of one. If the situation persists, I wonder when we will achieve the objective we have set out in the Declaration of Revival. After calming myself down and giving it some thought, I realized that recruiting external members may be the solution. While I was lingering on that thought, you began a conversation with me. What a pleasant coincidence. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to let me know. Mr. Wen, excuse me. Who is interrupting me? If it's the Xenohydro, then show yourself at once. So it's you. You're also here to volunteer in the Curio Collection Squad. Wait, don't come over here. Just say 1 or 2 words. 1. No abnormal watery sound in your pronunciation. Pupillary reflex normal. Perspiration reaction normal. Okay, now you can come over and let me touch your forehead. The Xenohydro can't achieve this level of likeness. Alas, the lead was once again inconclusive. Even if the recollection of curios is the top priority in the Declaration of Revival, it is proving to be a difficult task in practice. Xenohydro? As you know, since the establishment of the Herta Space Station, 5 departments have been established to focus on the collection and study of curios, including ecology, geopolitics, mysticism, geography, and implement arts. I don't know if I knew that detail. This monster invasion caused the loss of roughly half of the hundreds of collections held by each department. They come in all kinds of sizes and shapes. Some are inactive and harmless, some emit poison for no reason, not to mention some biological types of curios that can plan their own escape, which is a real headache. There is a curio called the Xenohydro that has the ability to replicate the appearance of other people at will. This allows it to wreak havoc and confusion wherever it goes, as it can easily assume various false identities. Curio collection? The Curio Collection Squad is an emergency team I put together. The team's mission is to support post-disaster reconstruction and ensure that all of its needs are met during this difficult time. As the name suggests, it is mainly responsible for collecting the curios that have been displaced due to the recent monster invasion. Declaration of Revival? Surely you must have heard of Mrs. Hinkle's famous Declaration of Revival, right? I believe so. Our fellow researchers were slaughtered by monsters. Their lifeless forms were cold and woeful. Woeful. Alas, I can't recall the exact wording. After all, Mrs. Hinkle's style is unique and not easily imitable. Well, you truly are a man of dedication, Mr. Wen. It's all because of that Xenohydro's trickery. This has been tormenting me to no end. That's why we had to have that conversation earlier. The squad has been searching for the Xenohydro for some time, but to no avail. A member of the squad named Abraham has even gone missing. It is true what they say. When it rains, it pours. The Abraham I know? Oh, you know him? He was recently transferred to this squad from Mrs. Hinkle's. He's always mumbling about, "Life is but a path to death." That's right. He says this at least once out of every 5 sentences. Oh, geez. According to the squad members, Abraham was last seen in the storage zone. Even though Abraham can be quite the downer, which has been a real torture for his colleagues, still, we can't just leave him. Right now, all squad members are busy searching for missing curios, and I'll also have to handle the whole Xenohydro situation, so it's all up to you to find Abraham. If you bring him back safely, the Department of Implement Arts will reward you quite handsomely. Alright. So, we gotta look for our old buddy Abraham. Something sacred on me. I mean, I'm sure it's absolutely nothing at this point, but like... Oh, Warp Trotter! Warp Trotter! Come here! Come here! Come here! Come here! Ah! Today I'm going to get justice for Alfred. Whoa, whoa, don't come near me. Go away. Oh, jeez.
Repay.
You cost me a Warp Trotter.
Scared yet?
How dare you?
I'll see you off.
You will pay for costing me a Warp Trotter.
The truth of life and death.
The sanctuary is but a vision.
No manners, huh?
Leave it to me. You chose the wrong enemy.
Fighting is meaningless. Too late to repent.
A moment's excitement, nothing more.
Ooh, treasure. Alright, I am going to get this warp trotter. Ah. Bro, come here. No! Okay. I guess I'm not getting that warp trotter this time. What am I stuck on? Hey, did you notice that one of the monsters you defeated had a different body build? Even the joint on its left leg looked different from the others. I'm pretty sure that's what killed Alfred. I did it! I finally did it! I finally avenged Alfred! I had to gather up so much courage to come do with Mr. Wen's errands, and who knew it would turn out to be an avenging trip? Is this fate? Mr. Wen said you were missing. Mr. Wen said I was missing? But he was the one who sent me here to fetch stuff for him. No, I think that was the Xenohydro. This makes no sense. Look, he also gave me this executive order. Notice of ad hoc transfer. Researcher Abraham of the Curio Collection Squad, former member of the Security Department, is hereby commissioned to retrieve a boxer with colored tortoiseshell pattern from the Department of Implement Arts in the storage zone for Wenmingda. The item can be found in the third aluminum cabinet on the left-hand side of the corridor. Wenmingda is personally responsible for all consequences. The notice comes into immediate effect. Period of transfer for a while, I guess. Assigner Wenmingi. Assignee Burger Ham. See? This is the executive order that Mr. Wen personally gave me. It's a notice of an ad hoc transfer. All written in black and white, clear as day. Your name is a Burger Ham? Maybe Mr. Wen was so busy with his chores and stuff that he made an honest mistake. The order was handed to me by Mr. Wenmingda himself. It can't be a mistake. I still remember that his pupils were dilated, head covered in sweat, hands cold, and even his throat made a faint gurgling sound. He must have been really eager to get the curio, so I have to get this done for him. Let's go back and check this with Mr. Wen. I don't think this is a good idea. Mr. Wenmingda personally gave me the task, and I can't just go back without completing it first. Anyway, it's safe here. I'll go and get the curio soon. If you have any doubts, just take this transfer order. Go back and ask Mr. Wenmingda about it. Oh my god. Does this little guy do anything if I interact with him? Force a shutdown. You notice that the little robot has been on standby here for some time. You push the power button, setting the little robot into sleep mode. You've saved just a teensy bit of power for the space station. It's not much, but it's still enough to make you puff your chest out in pride. Okay, that doesn't do anything. But now I can't interact with it anymore. No! The trotter isn't back. Tragic. Alright. Back to the base zone. Two of them. Drop the act already. You drop the act. I know it's you. You've been pretending to be me, deceiving everyone with your shenanigans, and now you have the audacity to stand here in front of me. Excuse me, but who are you calling a fake? I was standing right here the whole time. You're the one who just appeared out of nowhere. I have witnesses who can confirm that. So tell me, who do you think looks suspicious here? You or me? Now, everyone, the situation is clear as day. It's already well known that the Xenohydro has been on the loose for a long time. Xenohydro can change its form and mimic others' appearances so perfectly that it's virtually impossible to tell the difference. But I never would have thought that this creature would be so bold, approaching us like this and trying to take my place. Don't try to steal my words. You accuse me of being fake, but do you have any proof to back up your claim? What about your claim, and where is the evidence to support it? Ah, Beto, you arrived just in time. What do you think? I might have a way to solve this. What is it then? Spit it out. I don't want to waste any more time with that thing. By the way, where's Abraham? Did you find him? And what's this transfer order in your hands? Retrieve the boxer with colored tortoiseshell pattern? You cheeky Xenohydro! How dare you use my identity to steal such a valuable curio? Now that the evidence is all clear, it's time to end this. I suggest Beto make the call. I agree. Beto, what do you say? We should check the vital signs. We've done that already. The team here has checked our pupils, sweat glands, voice, and body temperature. But perhaps the tension was simply too high to act normally. Our pupils were both dilated, we were both sweating profusely, our voices were both trembling, and our bodies were cold to the touch. Ugh, wish I wasn't so worked up, otherwise we would have been able to tell by now. I need to pay attention to who's saying what. Check the signature. Don't waste your time. The note signed Wen Mingi was obviously a blatant mockery of me by the Xenohydro. He can imitate my looks and personality really well, so I don't think that handwriting will be too difficult for him either. I noticed both of us are carrying the written orders for the team's daily attendance, which you can review at will. Check the boxers. Those boxers are a curio and are not to be worn, not to mention that they are not my personal property. What's there to check? These boxers are clearly planted by the Xenohydro. I, Wen Mingda, the dignified leader of the Department of Implement Arts and head of Curio Collection Squad, will not allow the Xenohydro to mock me like this. That's it for now. What do you think? Wait and see. Try to dupe him. Try to dupe him? After so many questions, I think you would have made your choice, no? I don't think she has. Don't listen to him. It's up to Beto to make the call. Who's real and who's fake? The one on the right? I don't know. You made the right choice. Hurry up and lock the fake on the opposite side. Lock up the fake on the opposite side, gurgle. I'm not the Xenohydro. Wait a minute, did anyone hear him make that weird noise? Don't waste your time, gurgle. Even Beto says you're a fake, gurgle. That's the watery, guttural sound unique to the Xenohydro. I got carried away. Never could have thought I'd fail at the last minute. Ugh, at least keep up the act till the end. Well, I guess I'll have to sort you out. Really now.
Move carefully.
Everything is ordained by stars. Give these trailblazers your blessing.
The truth of life is sanctuary is but a vision.
Who's sorting who out exactly?
Who invited you?
Leave it to me. You chose the wrong end. Eternal sleep, then. Dead return!
No interest in conflict.
No manners, huh?
Let's begin. You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
I'll see you off.
Scared yet?
Leave it to me.
The truth of life in this sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
The Xenohydro's combat abilities have been neutralized. Everyone fall into an olive-shaped formation and use the central elevator as our starting point to prepare for the collection process. Pay attention to anyone suspicious around you. There's a burst of chaotic activity and everything was a blur. Something seems to be moving fast. The chaos gradually subsides. Fall in and count. The numbers are right, not one more, not one less. Alas, the Xenohydro had escaped. We're so close. It's all my fault. Now, how should I explain this to lead researcher Asta? Hey, we learned from our mistakes. It is imperative to set up a secret code within the squad to prevent the same farce from ever happening again. I will report this to Mrs. Hinkle and ask her to assign more staff to apprehend the Xenohydro as soon as possible. Sorry to get you involved in this fuss. Here's a little something for your trouble. It's not much, but please accept it. If you ever find the Xenohydro elsewhere, remember that the Curio Collection Squad is always here. Don't try to fight it alone. Everyone, fall in. Oh, a message from Asta? Might I take a moment of your time, Beto? Any chance you are familiar with classical poems? I don't usually speak like this. Must have read too much poetry recently. I got an encrypted letter. It must be really good, because I can't understand a single word. You seem pretty smart, so please come back and help me out with this as soon as you have time. Otherwise, sooner or later, I'll just die from the curiosity alone. Accepted mission, Spirit Traces. I mean, we might as well go ahead and do this now.
The next destination? Up to you.
Hey, Asta. Are you alright? The Legion is gone, and the Curios are back. Various departments are returning to their research, and the newly imported goods from the galaxy are beginning to circulate. Everything is going smoothly with Project Revival. So what exactly does this letter mean? I heard you're looking for me? Ah, you're back. Just in time. Thanks to your help and everybody's hard work, the space station is pretty much back on its feet. As a conclusion to Project Revival, I wanted to summon you to witness the fruits of our labor. But just 2 days ago, I received a strange letter. Now that you're here, perhaps you can help me figure out what it is about. Upon the stairs, a letter from Locus Silenti. Silenti? Upon the stars, that is where the talent and intellect reside, oblivious to the world as the envy becomes blinding. Who knew gentleness and kindness welcomed only pain and suffering, like the risk of falling into the depths when trying to mount the sky? An inquiry into spirit traces, a glance into the site of storage. Even with iron shoes worn out unearthly, one has to visit the 3 depths. Better off alone than to be an accomplice. One day, as they turn around, a path will be lit by the radiance of the stars. Cryptologist from Locus Silenti. I often hear the researchers praise you for your resourcefulness and good judgment. What do you think? Any clue what this message is about? Who is this cryptologist from Locus Silenti? Silenti? I don't know. As far as I know, there is no one with this title in the space station. It must be an alias. But the identity of the writer is not what I am most concerned about. It seems like something from the Department of Implement Arts. Yes, only the researcher called Wen in the Department of Implement Arts would speak like that. However, it was a strange story how I got hold of this letter at the beginning. It was sandwiched in a tome called A Guide to Astral Realm Species on the conference room table. Normally, no one looks at it except me. Obviously, someone wanted to hand me this letter in private, so I didn't dare ask the staff in the Department of Implement Arts. Spirit sounds particularly familiar. Spirit. Can it be the Xenohydro? Yeah, at the end of that last mission I was thinking, you know, I've got a sneaking suspicion that was actually the Xenohydro there at the end. Well done. You just found the key to the text right away. Now everything makes sense. It seems this is no ordinary letter. It's from an informant. Their intention is to report on the Xenohydro. The Xenohydro has disappeared from the space station since it escaped from Mr. Wenmingda's hands. This letter seems to support the rumor that the Xenohydro was not caught because it has an accomplice. Look at this sentence. An inquiry into spirit traces, a glance into the site of storage, is obviously leading us to investigate the Xenohydro's range of activities, and to be an accomplice implies the existence of an accomplice. As for the other 6 sentences, in my opinion, some depict the portrait of the accomplice and some describe the real hiding place of the Xenohydro. Unfortunately, I have no idea how to interpret the rest of the message. Now that we are done with the other work, this letter falls into our hands at just the right moment. It's high time we put the Xenohydro issue back on the table. What do you think? I am with you all the way. Considering there may be a traitor among us, if I hand this case to our staff, we might alert the culprit. And you're not a staff member, and you've also met the Xenohydro before. You really are the ideal candidate to handle this case. And if there is an accomplice involved, this matter is no longer a simple case of curio retrieval. It must be handled with caution. Therefore, I would like to ask you to go to the storage zone mentioned in the letter and verify the facts. If we can catch either the Xenohydro or the accomplice, we'll be able to interrogate them. Then I can judge whether the accomplice's motive is malicious or not. At this critical juncture, it is up to us to finally finish Project Revival. Alright, to the storage zone to look for the Xenohydro. Up? What do you mean up? Ugh. Okay, well, while I'm in here, I want to take a look at stuff. This is not the room with Himiko's sword, but it is the room with this! I don't remember if I've looked at any of these characters before. 5 points for Welt! So mean! What about Asta? 29. Locha? Rating invalid. Huh. Danhung. I wonder if Imbibiter Lunai will have a bigger or smaller number, or the same number. I wonder. Is there anything in here? Hey, Herta. This is the room that the Stellaron was in, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Alright, so this is where we were supposed to go. I've always been a rather magnanimous person. In fact, here's a chance for you to regain my favor, as long as you are willing to apologize for your behavior. I didn't do those things. You want to deny the truth? Lamina, you're getting more and more dishonest. Let me help you remember. The mustard in my lunchbox, the big hole on the back of my uniform, and this boring letter in reply to the female researcher. Aren't they your doing? It's true I'm the only person who handled those things, but... And when I was reporting to Miss Asta, you suddenly shouted, "Mr. Capote, it's too late. The Wubbaboos are still waiting for you to play with them." You made her think I was colluding with curios and not doing my job. But I was just stating a fact. We should keep it only between you and me. How many times have I told you that? You were just going against me on purpose. Forget it. I don't think you are going to repent at all. One day, when you're sick of this place and your future is gloomy, you will come crawling back to seek help from me. Just keep praying that by then I haven't replaced you with a Renona, an Elena, or a Barbara, or someone else. Jeez, what a jerk. When can I become braver? Oh, it's Beto, the hero of the space station. I've heard so much about you. I didn't expect to have the opportunity to see you up close. What are you doing here? I was Mr. Capote's secretary. But recently I made a few mistakes when I was running errands for him, so he sent me here to work on the curio sorting assembly line. I'm so sorry. You must think I'm a joke. You did all those things? You heard it all? Although, I don't remember doing the things Mr. Capote accused me of. I also suspect someone else, but everything showed that I was the only one who touched Mr. Capote's things. I don't know if that's Capote or Capote. Maybe Lamina's law is really true. In the Department of Ecology, they have a saying, anything that Lamina can screw up, Lamina will screw up. Don't rush to judgment yet. Do you think there's another explanation for this? Surely not. I have a letter for you to read. Sure, but knowing me, I probably won't be much help. Well, if I understand correctly, where it says an inquiry into spirit traces, it seems to be referring to the Xenohydro, a kind of curio from our department. And to be an accomplice seems to be some kind of accusation. Why are you asking me this? Are you investigating the escape of the Xenohydro? Maybe it's impersonating you? Huh? Did it do those things that Mr. Capote is accusing me of? But why? As for the rest of this letter, please forgive my ignorance, but I really don't understand it. But now we know it's in the storage zone, and this area is only so large. Maybe we can take the initiative and make a list of the possible suspects. I'm quite familiar with this place. There are 1 or 2 places I know that are inaccessible where the Xenohydro may be hiding. I can take you to have a look. Actions are better than words. If you don't mind, follow me. Alright. Let's go. Where are you, Mr. Xenohydro? It's down. It's over here. Wait, that's where I went before. Leave me alone, leave me alone. Let me get the trotter. Let's go. You are bacon.
Fighting is meaningless.
You are bacon.
Oh, let's see.
Let's settle this.
I've no interest in conflict. The truth of life and death, the sanctuary, is but a vision. Break!
Everything is ordained by those stars. Give these trailblazers your blessing.
Leave it to me.
Gotta get the trotter.
Let's settle this. Receive divinity.
Don't worry about me.
Eternal sleep. The dead return!
Got the trotter. Alright, let's mop up the rest of these guys.
No manners, huh? Huh?
You know nothing of the survive or be destroyed. There is no other choice.
Let's
Past
go.
victories don't guarantee future ones.
This room smells humid. It seems the Xenohydro really was here. Come quickly. This place is secluded and it's a good vantage point. You can watch the whole room from here. Well, are you sure we want to ambush it here? We can try making a trap. It's one of our standard procedures in the Department of Ecology. Let's ambush it in person. This may not be wise. According to a guide to species in the astral realm, the Xenohydro is very cautious and stealthy. If we simply wait for it, it's probably just a waste of time. Why don't I show you how to make a trap? Damn it. Tightly connect the two disposable kinetic arms. Once the prey steps within range of the power arm, all that awaits them is doom. To make a disposable kinetic arm, we need to find many intricate parts. Strange matter of destruction and phase flame. I'm glad you have such a good memory. No, astral ecology is a rigorous and beautiful discipline of knowledge. I am simply conveying its charm truthfully. But you reminded me that it'll be difficult to gather all the materials quickly. Anyway, we'd better ambush it ourselves. Yes! We may have to wait for a while. Why don't we have a chat to kill time? Why do you work for Capote? You're not the first person to ask this question. Except for his fans, many people have a bad impression of Master Capote. They think he is loud and obnoxious. He is. But I have been with him for the longest time. I know that Mr. Capote is not a bad person in nature. He is just naturally gifted in many aspects, so he can't understand other people's difficulties sometimes. In short, he is just spoiled by fate. You're still defending him. No, I'm just stating what I see. Since my childhood, my family has always taught me to focus on the positive, so that life wouldn't be so gloomy. Not to mention, he did give me a job that lets me get closer to the real research work in the Department of Ecology, although the price was to work as his secretary. How do you see yourself, Lamina? Me? I'm just an ordinary researcher. Even that sounds like an exaggeration. Because I only got into the space station in my sister's place. Of course, Mr. Capote doesn't know about that. My home planet is quite poor in resources, and most families can only barely support one person to go on a space journey. My sister was qualified to come to the space station, but she gave me the only chance in the family and in her life. It's a pity I am such a failure. If my sister were here in the space station, she would be able to make a name for herself. So how do I see myself? I can't or dare not answer this question at all. That's all for now. You and Lamina wait there until it is very late. The dew has turned to frost and your belly is empty. But nothing happened. We can't just wait here forever. No sign of the Xenohydro. Maybe it left a long time ago. We can look for traces left by the Xenohydro in the room and use them to work out when it was last here. Time to walk around and change my mood. Alright, investigate the traces of the Xenohydro's past activities. Bro is just over there. Can the Xenohydro surf the internet? You didn't expect to find such an absurd scene. There is research data about the Xenohydro left on the screen, showing that the Xenohydro was once here learning about itself. At the bottom of the page, there is a line of unsubmitted words. Gurgle. Nonsense, you'll never catch me. In the silver cabin, there are several hairs left from the Xenohydro's sparse fur. Apparently, although it is free, the Xenohydro still returns to the storage zone to sleep. You can't help but wonder if it has Stockholm Syndrome. The description of the collectible item nearby it has been painted over. This is a sign of anger and frustration exhibited by the escapee. The hair is completely dry, and the date on the screen is from a long time ago. Looks like it won't be coming back. Let's keep looking elsewhere. Okay, now where are we going? Over there. Whoa! Got jumped.
I've no interest in conflict.
Alright, hold up. Let me, mop the floor with these guys.
Receive divinity. Timely treatment.
Bruh.
The truth of life and death. With the sanctuary.
These Antimatter Legion idiots think they pose any real threat to me.
I'll leave the rest.
Ah!
You chose the wrong enemy.
Okay, my hubris got the better of me there.
Eternal sleep, the dead return!
I
Fighting is
am
meaningless.
gonna need to revive Ralph. Unfortunate.
Who will it be? Everything is ordained by stars. Give these trailblazers your blessing.
I'll see you off. Nothing major.
Oh,
The truth of life and death. The
I
sanctuary.
thought that was gonna go to Asta for some reason. I was not looking at the turn order, apparently. Darn it, I seem to have fallen for the Xenohydro's trap. Oh wait, was that the Xenohydro? The monster's surprise attack caused some serious injuries. Okay, this was part of the mission. Don't worry, I'll treat your wounds. I have a lot of medicine on me. It was originally given to Mr. Capote by his fans among the medical staff. He didn't want it, so he gave it to me. How's that? Are you feeling better now? Oh, yes, I am. Thank you. I found a monster wandering around here, so I hid away. It's my fault that I didn't warn you. That's why you fell for the Xenohydro's trap. Stop blaming yourself. I know. I feel like I haven't really been helping so far, and the Xenohydro is still nowhere to be found. And I can't think of anywhere else. So, should we give up? It's time to re-examine the letter. Upon the stars, that is where the talent and intellect reside, oblivious to the world as the envy becomes blinding. Who knew gentleness and kindness welcomed only pain and suffering, like the risk of falling into the depths when trying to mount the sky. An inquiry into spirit traces, a glance into the site of storage. Even with iron shoes worn out unearthly, one has to visit the three depths. Better off alone than to be an accomplice. One day, as they turn around, a path will be lit by the radiance of the stars. Back to square one. Anyway, the useful information should be in the paragraph, an inquiry into spirit traces, a glance into the site of storage. Even with iron shoes worn out unearthly, one has to visit the three depths. Can you see anything useful? Site of storage? It's somewhere in the storage zone. The two places we've found so far both meet these conditions. Worn out unearthly? In this sentence structure, the focus should be on the object. Wait a minute, unearthly does sound familiar. Do you think unearthly marvel has anything to do with it? What's that? Don't you remember? I heard from Mrs. Hinkle that you once used Unearthly Marvel to help her repair major road defects. I think it was when you first arrived at the space station. At the time, word of a young busybody was spreading around the space station. So this Iron Shoes Worn Out Unearthly refers to the road built by the Unearthly Marvel? The 3 depths. Since Worn Out Unearthly is a condition, then the 3 depths should be the second condition. Literally, it means going through the depths of 3 rooms. That's it? I think so. Solving riddles like this is like solving magic tricks. Once you know the answer, you would think it's an insult to your intelligence, but that's just the illusion of hindsight. It's all coming together now. Is it? So if the letter is correct, the Xenohydro should be hiding in a place where there's Unearthly Marvel, but also you have to pass through 3 rooms to get there. If you still insist on continuing, I'll help you to the end. This time, we won't fail. Okay. So... Look, after passing through the road that was repaired with Unearthly Marvel, we entered the deepest part where the 3 rooms are connected. This is the so-called 3 depths. Come on in. I finally got you, Beto. Or should I call you Xenohydro? Good thing I was on guard. As early as a few days ago, the real Beto had already warned me that there may be a Xenohydro wreaking havoc in the near future. I didn't expect you to come so soon. Oh boy. Let me see. I can just take care of you, bypass Mr. Capote, and hand you over to Miss Asta so I don't have to be a slave anymore. I should have guessed. I caught you, Xenohydro. Enough nonsense. If you're not convinced, sort it out with Beto. Oh boy. I finally caught you, Xenohydro. You won't get away this time. You're the Xenohydro. I don't think so. You see, we both have 2 eyes and a mouth. We sound the same and act the same way. Since there's no 4th person present, whoever Lamina thinks is the Xenohydro is the Xenohydro. Why impersonate me? I should be asking you that. I'm Beto, the official crew member of the Astral Express, the walking Stellaron vessel. The invincible conqueror of the Antimatter Legion, the infamous rising star of the galaxy. Who do you think you are impersonating, Xenohydro? Aren't you using my face to take advantage of my reputation so you can conduct scams in the space station? People in the space station will believe me. Believe? What a joke! Not even Lamina believes you right now, let alone the others. I warned her earlier that someone might pretend to be me to get close to her. Do you have any proof that you are not the Xenohydro? I have a baseball bat. Baseball bat? What's that? Can you use it to prove your identity? Or is it the only one of its kind in the universe? It's an artifact. I get it, you're the Stellaron vessel, fine. But you even have this bad boy? Hey, it's like those guys with the scripts in the space station before. It's pretty cool. I can bash you to a pulp. Is that the kind of violent thug you are? Hey, you don't want to ruin this pretty face, do you? I advise you to lay down your arms and hand yourself over. Life in the storage zone is not so bad. Last time, Mr. Wenmingi almost went in. You two may keep each other company in the future. She and I are partners. Yeah, let's see what the third-party witness says. Lamina, it's your call. Lamina, why aren't you saying anything? Did you suddenly find your conscience? You want to back out now? Gurgle. You just got yourself exposed. So what? I don't think you really understand the situation. What's the situation? For crying out loud, are you too serious? Do I have to spell it out for you? I had long guessed that someone would come to investigate my whereabouts, so Lamina and I decided to lure the investigator here, kill them, and then hand them in as the Xenohydro. Then we'll finally be free. But I didn't expect you to come. Lamina was soft. She wanted to give you a chance, and so we changed the plan from elimination to persuasion. Now, if you want to leave this place, you only have two choices. Either obey and go to the storage zone in place of me, or die and then go to the storage zone instead of me. Why did Lamina help you? Jeez, is that really what you're worried about? At a time like this? You know what? As your opponent, I feel insulted. I'm gonna teach you a lesson. Oh, we'll see about that.
Move carefully.
We shall see about that.
Who invited you?
I'll see you off. That one's eternal sleep. The dead return!
Fighting is meaningless.
Let's begin.
I've no interest in conflict.
No manners, huh?
Come on, buddy.
Everything is ordained by those stars. Give these
About
trailblazers
time for
your
you to
life.
go down.
The
Or I
truth
would
of
like
life
it to
and
be,
death
at least.
is sanctuary, is but a vision. Break.
Who invited you? Huh?
Time for some hardship.
There we go. It seems you and I are destined to go down together. Sorry, I'm the accomplice in collusion with the Xenohydro. I'm willing to accept my punishment. What on earth is going on? You know me. You know what kind of person Lamina is. No talent, no achievements. I can barely prove my value by doing the most trivial jobs. But working on the assembly line all my life? It's fine for me, but how can I face my family? They've sacrificed everything for me so that I can come here. Do I repay them by being a cleaner? I can't, and I am not shameless enough to do that. Capote was my first springboard to success, the only springboard. Although I had to rely on him, it's still a decent job in the Department of Ecology. I once thought that if I just served him well, I would at least get a chance to succeed. Hard work always pays off, right? Until the Xenohydro impersonated me to prank Capote and make a mockery of him. It's like a mirror. It showed me my pitiful appearance, so humble, so weak, so powerless. It also taught me a valuable lesson. Even Lamina can liberate herself from the constraints of others and live like a person. For the first time, I found that I was willing to trade my mediocre future for a free and unrestrained life. So I let it all happen, until the rumor that someone in the staff harbored the Xenohydro became widespread. They called for severe punishment for those who did not report relevant information. That's when I realized that my personal wishes were not important. I can just be a low-level researcher, but I can't let the space station drive me out. I can't ruin my family's last bit of expectation for me. When I heard that someone began investigating the Xenohydro and its accomplice, I made up my mind to eradicate my opponent and protect myself. Finally, I decided to be brave for once, but I didn't expect to be hampered by the bond between us. If only it was someone else who came here. Your bravery is wasted in the wrong pursuit. Is it? Maybe. When a person is pushed to a dead end, wit might appear cold and heartless, but it's just survival instinct. In fact, everything is written in the letter. I had already figured that the accomplice in the letter was referring to me. It's just that I didn't really have the courage to face it. Better off alone than to be an accomplice. Better off alone? Better off alone than to be an accomplice. One day, as they turn around, a path will be lit by the radiance of the stars. I completely ignored these words earlier. Is this letter meant to persuade me? So from the beginning, the informant tried to persuade me to give up my conspiracy with the Xenohydro and live my own life independently. In other words, independence does not only mean leaving the Xenohydro, but also Capote and my weaknesses. Now I understand, although this realization has come a little too late. You still have a chance, but the Xenohydro must be returned. You mean you won't tell them who the accomplice was? Thank you. I will cherish the opportunity you gave me, and I will also prove to you that I have really changed because of this experience. Alright, let's go tell Asta what happened.
I'll need to record today's notes in the databank.
You're back. Did you conclude the matter? I got the Xenohydro back. Well, don't worry. The Xenohydro is of secondary importance. Is that Lamina standing with Capote over there? You fraud. You trampled on our sincerity. Oh, Mr. Capote used to be so perfect, and now he's just another deceitful celebrity. Mr. Capote, I can't believe you eat mayonnaise. That's disgusting. Give me back the gifts I gave you. Lamina, why did you invite all these people? I didn't invite them here. I just told them the fact that I was the one who replied to all your fans. Everybody calm down. Let me explain later. Lamina, you don't want the benefits I give you at all anymore, do you? That's right, I don't want any of it. From now on, I won't help you cook, wash your clothes and shoes, write your letters, or be your puppet. Get it? If you want to find me, remember to ask my secretary, Mr. Non-Existent, for a number. What do you think of this? She'll be able to look after herself. Yes, thanks to your mediation, not only did you ensure her safety, but also encouraged her to change. Oops, like the risk of falling into the depths when trying to mount the sky. I didn't use any rhymes or enough alliteration for this line. It's still not good enough. To tell you the truth, the cryptologist from Locus Silenti is none other than yours truly. This letter took me more than 10 days to write, and I asked Mr. Wen for advice. It wasn't easy. After I wrote it, I couldn't find the right person to get it delivered. Fortunately, the Xenohydro is just a prankster, and there's no rush to retrieve it. Then you appeared, and you turned out to be the best candidate, so I came up with the idea to let you and Lamina share some experiences together, see where it takes you. But now you should also understand that Lamina is actually a kind-hearted girl, and she deserves another chance. You're also very kind, Asta. Well, now that my objective has been achieved, I announce the Xenohydro case is officially over. Here is your reward. Thanks for all your help. Please come back to the space station more in the future. Don't forget, there are a lot of people who've received your help here, and many traces of your hard work throughout the place. Sorry, everybody, don't listen to that woman. Let's not gather here. We don't want to disturb the researchers and attract any unnecessary attention from security. Everyone in this space station knows that Lamina— What the heck keeps making that noise? That's not the dog, is it? Anyways, everyone in the space station— Oh my god, it is the dog. Everyone in the space station knows that Lamina is your most trusted secretary. What she said must be true. Lamina is the leader of your fan club to some extent. If even she has left you, then maybe you're really not worth it. Forget it. There's no point staying here any longer. Can we get our hearts back? Can we get back our laughter and tears? Can we get back our hopes and dreams? I think we should go back and let our hearts heal. Miss, Researcher is right. Please go back for now. Her name is, Oh, see? He doesn't even know our names. So what's your name? Why don't we find a place to drink Cali Capo later? I need to vent. Okay, but I'm afraid I won't be able to stop my tears as soon as I start to speak. My ladies, listen to me. Please, just go now. Well, I'll send you all a letter of condolence later to mend your hearts. Don't worry, it will be written by myself personally. Ah, who wants that? It'll take me forever just to deal with your previous ghostwriter letters. Oh, fine, just give me one. It'll complete the collection. Hey, everybody, nothing to see here. Let's bounce. I don't know why Lamina threw that tantrum all of a sudden. There must be an accomplice or someone behind the scenes. Alas, I don't have time to think about it. I still have a lot of consolation letters to write. Alright. And there's a collectible right there. Alright, we can do another pull. What the heck is our, pity at here? I don't think it's great. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Oh wow, all the way up to 50. Oh, cat cameo. That's surprising, actually. I didn't think we'd be able to get up that high. And that's after losing a 50-50 on this banner. Well, anyways, that's gonna be enough for now. So, I'll see you all next time.